Dear participants, welcome back and let's start the last part of parallel session today, that it's parallel session 3. And please access the link that has been given to enter the room for the participant, and for our participant in our YouTube, you can see our first parallel session, that it's finance. Thank you.
Ratio, there is return on asset and return on equity as dependent variable, and then we use the corporate governance and bank size as control variable. By using quantitative data by period 2010 until 2019. And then we analyze these all variables with Rappel S 7.0. In this study, multiply linear regression was one determined of effect to many variables associated with the variable tested. Supported this explanation, the equation within the research uses are there is here. Return on asset and return on equity. And then this is the first one of finding result on this research. There is descriptive analysis was applied by the average, minimum standard deviation, maximum, and the number of observation. And then after we found the descriptive analysis, the next one is finding the goodness of faith index model. Show that in the table we can see all interpretations of the test results of this model fit. It can be concluded that the research model can be accepted by testing out of 10 fit model in each case. And then the last one, we can see the finding of the result using path analysis that showed CSR tend to be strongly associated with higher bank performance. This is indicated by a significant positive effect of CSRO on return on asset and return on equity. Then indicated by significant positive effect CSR economic and CSR environment on return on asset. Then indicated by the significant positive effect of the control variable of corporate governance on return on equity. And then the result of this study contribute to the financial literature, particularly regarding the connection between the CSR and performance in Indonesian Islamic Bank. This research can provide input for management regarding CSR activities and performance, and be a guide for the investor who choose to take a position in Indonesian Islamic Bank. So many presentation for me. I'm so sorry for the mistake, and thank you for all the Mr. and Mrs. And the last I say, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, Ibu Rafniatul Aula. Maybe there is or there are any question for Ibu Rafniatul? Here the participant in this session. If there is a question, maybe the question from me. Okay, Ibu Rafniatul, from your result, we can see that all corporate social responsibility disclosure can positive impact to the profitability. Can you explain? Or you can explain the meaning why corporate social responsibility disclosure can give positive impact to the profitability. And the second question, how you can measure the profitability? This is in the same time with the CSR disclosure with the profitability, because I imagine that the investor know or can assess what that have been done by the company that discuss they are all doing the CSR, and then give impact to the next profitability, not in the same year. Can you explain this?
Okay, before of that, thank you for the question. I will answer the question. Why the CSR all have a significant positive effect for the financial performance in the company, also in Islamic Bank? Is that the right question?
Yeah. The meaning or the logical framework.
Because if the company give the financing to the people in around the company will get the positive feedback for the people in the around company. Because of that, if the company give more much money for distribution of CSR, so the people more know that company is more good. So the people want to invest the money for the Islamic Bank.
Okay. The second question, maybe, your measurement for the financial performance in here is not firm value, not firm value, but profitability. Is that right? So if the firm value, I think I can imagine because that what that company can do it and they see CSR disclosure, so will attract the investor to purchase the stock. So the price of the company stock will be increased. But how the impact to the profitability? Because your measurement, because the measurement in your research is profitability, not firm value.
Mm, um, CSR feedback for the profitability is in the um, profit company that like when the company give such as donate the financing to the community so that community make more the good economic so them back more to the company to invest their money so because of that make a good profitability for the company.
Sorry, I still mute. Okay. Okay, thank you for the Ramiatul Amla for your answer to the question. I think if you explain about attracting the investor to purchase the stock, it will be better if you measure with the firm value. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Maybe any other question? Okay, if there is no other question, I think it's enough for Ibu Rafniatul Aula, yeah, because the time is up. And then we will turn to the next video. Okay, thank you, Ibu Rafniatul.
Thank you, Miss, for the suggestion.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Bapak Ibu, now we turn to the next video. The next video will present the paper with the title Banking Indicator in Doing Startup Funding for Creative Industry in Indonesia. And the author of this paper are Ibu Rinda Nur Anissa, Ibu Juri Hutamimi, and Ibu Nora Amelda Rizal from Universitas Telkom Indonesia. Okay, we will watch the video.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Rinda Nur Anissa from Telkom University. First of all, I want to say thank you for to give me a chance to present about my research, and the title is Banking Indicators in Doing Startup Funding for Creative Industry in Indonesia. So, for the topics in this presentation is divided to five sections. The first one is introduction, methodology, results and discussion. Fourth is conclusion, and fifth or the last is limitation of the research. So, we jump to the introduction. According to the Barita and Station 2015, creative economic sector influence GDP, exports, and employment. For example, I will explain about the creative economy GDP development. We can see on the screen that from 2015 to 2018, the graph is increased. And according to the news reported from finance.com, Indonesia in the country in the third rank as the largest contributor to the GDP of the creative economy after the United States and South Korea. And then in Indonesia, in the creative industry is divided to 16 subsectors. And then the creative industry startup has the great possibility to be developed. However, this industry has several difficulties. The most important of which is the difficulty in obtaining funding. According to Hatamimi et al. 2019, the creative industry is experiencing difficulties in funding because the assets owned by the majority are intangible. And we can see on the screen that there is a graph of search of funding creative industry. The search of funding creative industry is divided to three search. The first one is private, the biggest one. The second is bank loan, and the third is venture capital. In this presentation or in this research, I just focus to the bank loan. So there are three reasons why I choose the SOE's banking because the first one, the banks that are the part of SOEs tend to be difficult to go bankrupt. The second reason is the bank that are part of SOEs have loan programs specifically for micro, small, and medium enterprises, namely KUR or Kredit Usaha Rakyat, or we can say that the People's Business Credit. And the third is assets owned by state-owned banks fall into the category of large amount. So we jump to the methodology. The methodology in this research is exploratory, and this research is qualitative. For the obtaining the data, we use the semi-structured interview and the triangulation. So, for the indicator of this of loan or credit or funding or the variable that I use is the first one is business stage from Kusho et al. 2017. The second is investment period from Stagflation and Zenith 2011, and the third is financing model from Stagflation and Zenith 2011. For the result and discussion, the first one is about the business stage from Kushal et al. 2017. The banking sector will see the business stage of the startup, whether it has begun to be developed or is still in the idea stage. Because if the business in idea stage is more risky than in developing stage. Also, this indicator also is used by Kushal et al. 2017, and he said that when the business is in developing stage, it will be easier to get the funding. And then the second indicator is investment period from Stagflation Engineering 2011. When the startup applies the loan, a bank will see the ability of the startup to return the funds, especially in time. And then the bank will see whether the business will survive in accordance with the proposed time or even the startup will be long last. And then this indicator is used by Stagflation Engineering 2011 to assessing the business eligibility for funding. And then the last is about financing model. Bank will see who provide financial support will be seen by banks, and the accreditation will predict how they manage the capital. And also this indicator is used by Stagflation Engineering 2011, and they use this for to assessing business eligibility for funding. So for the conclusion is the business, the indicator of loan or credit or funding, there are business stage, investment period, and financing model is or are considered by bank to give an access of funding. And then for the limitation of the research, The first one is objectives in this research is only the bank that are the part of or the member of state-owned enterprises in Indonesia. For the next research, maybe the researcher can use the wider scope, and then make the result more objective. And then for the second reason or the second limitation of research, this research is only for general creative industry. It means that includes 16 subsectors. So for the next research, a researcher will can use the specific subsector to get a more specifically result. So that's all about my research. Thank you for the time. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, thank you, Ibu Rinda. So maybe any question for Ibu Rinda and team? Okay, Ibu Rinda, maybe while we wait another participant ask the question, there is two questions from me. The first one, can you explain what is the meaning of bank indicator in your research? And then the second one, how you can, what is the data that you use, and how you can get that data?
Okay, Ms. Ani, thank you for the question. But may I request to repeat the first question, please?
Yeah. What is the meaning of banking indicator?
Oh,
In
okay.
here.
Okay. For the banking indicators is for it's kind of like the thing that bank will be considered when they want to give the access for the funding. It's kind of like that. Yeah. And then for the second questions, maybe sorry for the second question. It's all about.
Yeah. In your research, what is the variable and what is the data that you use? And then how you can get that data?
Okay, thank you for the questions. For the to obtain the data, I use the interview with the three informants from the different bank, and then after I interview the informant, I change or I make it the transcript, and then after that I make the coding words. It's kind of like that, and then I analyze that from the coding. So I can use the data to analyze it.
So you use the primary data, yeah?
Yeah, primary data.
What the variable that you use in here?
Loan or credit or funding, and then for in the loan or credit or funding variables, there are many indicators in that there are business stage, investment period, and then the last is financing model.
Okay, thank you, Ibu Rinda. Maybe from the other participant, will we comment or question? No question? Okay. Okay, if there is no question, thank you, Ibu Rinda.
Thank you, Stephanie.
We will turn to the next presenter. Yeah. The next presenter will be present by Bapak Imam Bintoro and Renisa Dwi Kristanti from Universitas Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta. And the title of their paper is The Influence of Capital Structure, Financial Performance, Company Growth, and Institutional Ownership on the Development.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'd like to present my paper with the title is The Effect of Capital Structures, Financial Performance, Company Growth, and Institutional Ownership on Company Values. I and Miss Renshadri Kristanti actually we collaborate to present this paper. So first of all, firm value is the price that investors are willing to pay if the company is sold. So the value of the company can be assessed from its stock price. If the value of the company is reflected in the market price of the stock, then maximizing the value of the company is the same as maximizing the market price of the company's stock. Then several factors that may affect fair value are capital structures, financial performance, firm growth, and institutional owners. Okay, we have fourth hypothesis here. First hypothesis is capital structure has a significant positive effect on firm value, and the second is financial performance has a significant positive effect on firm value. The third is company growth has a significant positive impact on firm value, and the fourth is institutional ownership has a significant positive effect on firm value. And the object of this research is consumer good industrial sector companies listed on IDX from 2015 till 2019 period. The number of samples used in this study were 98 samples. Then the sampling techniques used in this research is proposal sampling, which uses certain criteria in accordance with the research. And we use the multiple regression model as can be seen in this screen. Okay, the research finding. The research finding we can see here that with regression equation from here is PBV is 1-1.806 plus 3.349 TR plus 48.772 ROA minus 7.428 growth plus 2.831 KI. Okay, so the description about the research finding. First of all, the capital structure on firm value. From the table above, you can see that capital structure variable as approximated by DER has a coefficient value of 3.349. The coefficient value explains that the capital structure has a positive influence on firm value, because DER has significant level of 0.000 or the probability is less than 5%. The second hypothesis is the effect of financial performance on firm value is also proven. And the third is not proven. Why? Because based on the table above, we can see that the company growth variable which proceeds by growth has a coefficient value of -7.428, and we can see here that the significant level is more than 5%, 0.104, which can explain that company growth has insignificant effect on firm values. The explain of this condition is investors are more concerned about the company's profit compared to the company's future growth opportunities, where investors are more hopeful on company ability to obtain return than increase in asset. Investors also prefer the condition of the company in the short term rather than long term. Okay, the fourth hypothesis is also rejected. Why? Because the significant level is more than 5%, and the explanations about these things is this may occur because the percentage of institutional ownership in this research sample is small, so that the supervision of the management side become less than optimal, where supervision by institutional side will not affect the level of decision making by management. Okay, I think enough of my presentation. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Pak Imam Bintaro, for the presentation. Okay, please for the participant to ask question to Pak Imam. Okay, Pak Imam, maybe the question is from me,
Okay.
from me. What is the theory that can explain this reason? Yeah, that can explain the your reason.
The theory.
What kind of the theory?
Okay.
And then the second question, based on your result, of the research, uh, what that have to be done by the company to increase the firm value?
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Ya, thank you, Bu Ani. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Salam.
Yes, for the first question about theory, I use the Science theory, especially to deriving the first hypothesis related with the effects of the structures on firm value. So the Science theory from Ross in 1977 is very related with this hypothesis because this theory describe about the relationship between capital structures and fair value. When the firm use more value than cost of capital, it will influence investor to raising to getting their price release from this firm. That's my theoretical theory, Arni. I use the science theory from Ross in 1977. Okay, and the second question is about how
If you think I invest okay, maybe we can repeat the list
will hold a seventh International Conference on Management Science. My name is Sabrani Kartika Rahayu and I am a student in the Economic and Business Faculty of Jenderal Sudirman University. I'm happy to present all of you a research that focuses on consumer psychological tendency with title Paper Analysis of Future Passenger Mobility Drivers in Using Railway Transportation. In this paper, I'm as fifth author representing first author for explain this paper in front of you all. For this session, I'll divide presentation into four categories that consists of background of this research, methodological, and discussion, and conclusion. Over time, complexity of human life dynamic increasingly drive mobility mean from one place to another. Tools that help human form that known as transportation. We must say that transportation is key sector for modernization of suburban area. If you want to travel, especially long distance trip, transportation is important. It is normal if there is competition among transportation service company. Companies that can obtain superior information will have greater potential to gain competitive advantage over competitors. Butler and Keller in 2016 said companies must understand their consumers. In this case, interest to use transportation is a key to obtain loyalty of new passengers candidates. Meanwhile, expectation fulfillment that show with satisfaction is a key to keep loyalty amongst consumers. And high interest and satisfaction, if not supported by financial ability and willingness to allocate the specific amount, will make them will reconsider their loyalty using rail transportation service. In the developing countries such as Indonesia, that the limit of infrastructure, people very rarely choose to use the railways. This seen balance data in 2018, whereas only 1.51% of population use train as a mean of transportation. The recent development of rail infrastructure can be huge potential for company. First instance of passenger loyalty, especially for switching group, is the key of turning uncertainty into something certain. Is aimed to analyze how the financial capabilities can also affect consumer loyalty, despite the interest in reusing and having certain level of satisfaction, and analyzing difference in expectation and service satisfaction obtained by train passenger. Depending our group and prioritize to ensure the availability of effective and efficient service provider in railway companies in Indonesia. This research will have a focus target passenger on 5 long-distance trains that operate in Java Island with sampling, purposive sampling with certain criteria, and then sample in this research pick 780 respondents of switcher groups. Then we divided into two analyses. That first stage is to collecting data, passenger income, willingness allocate, forecasting attention, interest, satisfaction, and loyalty using same transportation in coded and processed by PLS. And second stage is important performance analysis used as an analytical tool in describing research data that have been tabulated about health and satisfaction of passengers. And this EPA quadrant, the result of this research from partial square PLS, convergent and determinant validity accepted, and reliability also accepted. Manual independent variable of this research able to contribute 38.6% to explain loyalty of passengers. And this is a summary of that analysis that show passenger satisfaction cannot be measured by income of passenger for passenger loyalty. That show the value that not significant. And this APA result that show that must be prioritized is number 2, 7, and 10. Keep on board number 8 and 9, and take a low priority number 3, 6 and 1, and maybe overkill number 4 and 5. In this explanation of each number, we move to discussion part. From the result, we know that in the world of transportation service, controlling the interest both of prospective passenger and passenger is very important. The cost of finding new customer, or often called switching costs, can be allocated for other more useful purpose. Then stimulate passenger loyalty by giving satisfied experience in using railways. Also keep passenger move on to another transportation mode. Satisfaction reflects the quality of transportation service from perspective of passenger as customers. The satisfaction promotes the customer to remain loyal to product offered by company. From the result, we also know the support and loyalty of consumer described as cognitive-based development based on functional benefit that include information and knowledge that arise from experience, sense of trust, rationalization of price comparison product with perceived quality. Functional benefit must be met First, in order to be able to enter the next stage of loyalty, the spot of loyalty, consumer in Anderson high interest if not supported by financial ability and willingness to allocate the specific amount will make them will reconsider their loyalty using railway mode transportation. Passenger income also has an inverse effect in moderating passenger satisfaction toward passenger loyalty. That means every effect that passenger satisfaction influence passenger loyalty. The passenger incomes, also known Bacon-it effects. The low average satisfaction of passengers who are still at average 1.921 causes there is still need improve overall quality of service. When the quality of service provided by mode of transportation cannot be met with passenger expectation, they will feel disappointed about it. This means reduce of level satisfaction, of course. In the grouping of what the EPA resolved before, there are 2 points that must be reconsidered to be improved, including ease of access and accuracy of destination. Because passengers have high expectation on both of these things, but still cannot satisfy them. Train service provider recently provide a shuttle for certain destination, with the majority of the station located in strategically in each to reach area that can be connected with vehicles such as city buses, commuter line, and taxis, and etc. In conclusion, the broadcasting interest and passenger satisfaction important to support switcher group passenger loyalty. Meanwhile, passenger income unproven could moderate passenger satisfaction and passenger loyalty. EPM-based analysis show that factors that need to be prioritized by Indonesian railway company is improving the ease of access and destination accuracy. This research also have a limitation, such as accuracy of this research model is still 38.6%, which indicate there are still many other factors that affect passenger loyalty. Then the study examined human behavior at specific time that analyze trends at certain time. Results may change over time.
Okay, thank you ya, Bu Indah. Maybe any correct ya from many table as your manuscript ya. Maybe I think typo ya in table 2 ya. I said 0.801 ya. You use comma ya, but not dot ya for many from table 2 ya. And table 3 ya, table 2, table 3 ya, because very important ya is if we will publish in reputable journal ya, it's very urgent ya to check typo about dot ya or many symbol ya. Okay, maybe Bu Indah, I would like to ask only about how you use integrated performance analysis ya. I don't know ya about integrated performance analysis ya based on figure 2 ya. Halo Bu Indah.
Hello Pak Nur Yakin, thank you
Yeah.
very much. Actually, the first author and the second author of this paper is the person who involved in the research. So they asked me to just present myself in this meeting, but they didn't give me any information, any further information about the paper. So I'm not the capacity to answer the process of the research. I'm so sorry. I do apologize.
Yeah, I think maybe like
You can
PCQ or PCQ or SWOT analysis ya, in quadrant 1 ya, quadrant 2 ya, quadrant 3 or quadrant 4 ya.
Like diagram to put the importance according to the perception of the customer.
Maybe use index or average value ya, average value for quadrant 1. But I don't know ya, I don't know about how you use ya, important performance analysis ya, IP ya, and maybe it's very good paper ya, Bu Indah mix ya, about quantitative with hypothesis testing, and then you use important performance analysis ya, IPA ya.
Okay, I will forward your comment and question to the author.
Yeah. Okay, thank you Bu Indah ya. Is it for a second paper ya, with title paper analysis of switcher ya, switcher passenger loyalty ya. It's any correct ya, loyalty in your paper ya.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your idea, Pak Nur Yakin? Is this eligible to be published in Scopus Index Journal?
Yeah, I think very eligible ya for the first paper and second paper ya. Maybe Bu Indah can revise ya for title the first paper and second paper ya. Very simple but very important, and very describe for all many content in your manuscript ya.
Okay.
I think you can correct ya for second paper, not use analysis ya. I think for maybe in IPA ya, IPA is very important ya to analyze in your paper ya. Switcher passenger loyalty ya. Maybe developing a switcher ya, not match ya. Developing passenger loyalty ya, developing passenger loyalty ya, use IPA ya. Developing passenger loyalty, use IPA, and why and how ya, why and how ya.
Okay.
Okay, Bu Indah.
Thank you, Pak Nur Yakin.
Yeah, any other presenter? Not yet. Yeah, okay. In this room ya, only two presenter ya, and two presenter Bu Indah for all paper ya. Okay, thank you ya very much for your keen attention ya and participation in this conference. We will ya maybe choose ya for best paper and will announce if after agenda finish in this conference ya. Thank you ya Mbak Sucia and Bu Indah ya. See you ya.
Welcome, sir.
Yeah.
and individualized consideration. Innovative work behavior was measured using 4 related dimensions from the Jong and Hartog 2010, namely exploration, generation, championing, and implementation. And job satisfaction was measured use 5 dimensions from Robin and Judge 2017, consists of the work itself, salary, promotion, supervision, and co-workers. Before we proceed to collecting the data to the teachers in 2 vocational schools, we proceed validity and reliability tests, and all of the tests show that all items in each variable on every variables are valid since the significance value more than 5%. And similarly, in the reliability also yielded in a good results because the Cronbach alpha for all scales more than 70% or 0.7, indicating a high degree of internal consistency. And we, like I said before, we involve all of the population number. However, from the 238 respondents, only 135 returned the questionnaires, and there are 3 questionnaires that are defective, and we decided to not include that 3 questionnaires. So only 132. But this is also still good response rate because this is a 55% and meet the requirement for structural equation modeling analysis based on Ghazali 2018. And this is the statistic descriptive. Both male and female has like a similar percentage. And the majority of respondents are teachers aged over 43 years old. The data was analyzed through several steps according to Ghazali 2018. There are 3 steps that we have to follow, and also later on we also analyze the direct and indirect effect. This is the model from the data analysis. And we also test the structural model. The Amos output results show the TF model value of 626 indicates that model is in the over-identified category. So we can proceed to the next level. And we also analyze the goodness of fit criteria. You can see in the, I'm sorry, this is still in Bahasa Indonesia, yeah. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4 criteria meet the requirement, and according to Solomon 2012, 1 or 2 criteria meet the requirement, indicating that overall model can be accepted. And the hypothesis testing result yielded that all the hypotheses are accepted. You can see in here that the significance level for hypothesis 1, 2, and 3 less than 5%, indicating all hypotheses are accepted. Similarly, when we test or we compare standardized direct effects and standardized indirect effect, the results show that a value of 0.231 less than 0.455. So the direct less than indirect, showing that there are mediating effect of job satisfaction to the relationship between transformational leadership and innovative work behavior. So we can conclude that all 4 hypotheses are accepted, meaning that yes, job satisfaction can act or has a role as mediator or intervener for transformational leadership and innovative work behavior. The last one that from this research we also suggest that then the next research should elaborate more variables like moderating and another intervening variables to improve the model. Thank you very much. This is our research results. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, thank you, Bu Meka. That is interesting presentation, yeah. And then let's discuss about the Bu Meka presentation. Anyone have a question? Okay, please. Maybe Pak siapa? About leadership, same research, I think. Do you have some question for Bu Meka? Pak Nopriadi, I think your research similar, yeah. Your research pro-social, maybe pro-social and transformational. Do you have some feedback?
Bu Meka, I ask question, Bu. Why do you choose the transformational leadership and satisfaction, Bu? Sometimes if we do transformational leadership, many unhappy things happen, ya, Bu, ya. Why you choose the satisfaction? Why do you not choose the engagement or loyalty or other, Bu? Why? Thank you, Bu.
Thank you very much, Pak Noprianti. So this research was conducted in the early of pandemic. The phenomena that we capture at that moment is the situation among the teacher is not really happy. Yeah, they also still anxious with what is the situation because they have to be pushed more creative to think about how to teach and so on. So we see in the literature review that in Indonesia especially, transformational leadership oftenly used to enhance the satisfaction. That's why the context of Indonesia and especially also pandemic included in this in the choosing of the variables. Therefore, but I agree with what is your opinions that there are also other variables that can be included in this model. Therefore, we have suggested in the last presentation that I think we can elaborate more variables, especially because we have experienced a pandemic for more than 1 year. Yeah, so I think yes, you right, like engagement, maybe a work happiness, maybe yeah, something like that. Thank you, Pak Nopriadi.
Thank you, Bu.
Okay, thank you, Pak Nopriadi, Bu Meka, for your explanation. Yeah, I think her model can capture, the phenomena, the phenomena context. Yeah, I think it's interesting, and the conclusion, I think, let's happy. Yeah, so more creative. Yeah, because we are happy. Yeah. Okay, thank you, Bu Meka. And then the other question, please. Okay, Bu Meka, maybe from me, yeah. In the future, maybe can we modify the transformational leadership with the other context? For example, Javanese culture or related millennial generation or etc.
Yes, you're
Yeah.
right.
Okay.
Yes, you're right. Yeah, especially because today we are facing generation of Gen Z, and Gen Z's characteristic is different with millennial. So this is also interesting, and also pro-social leadership. I'm very interested with that. To maybe we will do more discussion, ya Pak Nopriadi.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think Bu Meka, one of the the researcher in transformational leadership in the future ya. Jadi you contribute transformational leadership version Bu Meika ya.
Insya Allah, insya Allah.
Okay, thank you very much Bu Meika for your sharing and for all of participants ya. Okay, thank you. But the time is finished for us ya. Maybe we can change business card ya each other. Thank you. Let's say hamdalah together. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you very much, Prof. Heru and other participants.